So that was Dr. Ferguson. So we were just discussing again the situation with the Cisco baby. So let's see. I'm just going to do a quick post. On the Facebook. So let's see, they're born. Technically Wednesday, so this would be day 0, 1, 2. Okay. Are we ready to finally have an update? A tip date? Your daily tip date? All right. Okay. Just getting the chat. There we go. Tip date. All right, so they're 2 days old today. Oh, they're so cute right now. I think I better take a picture. I need to get some better lighting in here. Hi, little mama. You're so adorable. So, let's see. Oh, I stole their scale to weigh the other kittens. So, let me grab a clean scale. All right. Hello, kitty. Who's excited to see if anyone has grown? He's so cute. Oh, so beautiful. Let's see. Maybe we need to do something like this. Oh, so cute. So Tip is a great mama. She's doing a great job. I do think Eep's ears will unfold as she grows. She's definitely the least developed of the bunch, but she's doing great. Oh, she's so sweet. So let's actually see. The weight chart you can look at, it's under more event details at the top of the page. If you look above the video where it says Tip and the DreamWorks Kittens, there's a blue link that says more event details. If you click that, you'll see, all sorts of links like our website and stuff, ways you can help some of the programs we're doing, and at the bottom, the weight chart. So I will update that. Oh, I need to actually set some stuff up on here. Need to add their names. Who's speaking? They were born August 5th in the wee hours of the morning. It's not going to like that. All right, let's say 8.5. Let's just call that 8.5. Okay. Okay, so we can put names in. Okay, good. Good. So today is August 7th. so much purring. All right, little Eve is gonna get weighed. Try not to wake her up. I suspect she will wake up when she feels the plastic. 94. Holy moly! There she is, little Eve. Little Eepers. Oh, look how cute she is. There's a VIP close-up. She does make little eeps. Little eeps. There's your mama. So cute. So 94 grams. That is impressive work. So I think it's safe to say that Eep is out of the woods. I think she's graduated. We look for kittens to double their birth weight in the first week. That's kind of the first milestone. And she is well on her way. So that's very exciting. Look at her. She and Hiccup battle it out. Like, Hiccup is very serious about his milk bar too. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Look at that belly. Your mommy's doing such a good job taking care of you guys. Oh, look, she just knocked him off. He's going to be hangry. Here's Hiccup. He's like, what? 1 minute I have milk bar. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There's the book. Oh, he's so handsome. He's so adorable. Look at his little spotted little tummy. Little Hiccup squeak. He's fine. He's just noisy. Flop. Yep. Smooshy. Just give him some smooshies. I just had to wait for the scale to get set. Oh my goodness. 139. And there's his special tail. His little special tail. So special. So he's pretty large and in charge. 139 up from 115. That's ridiculous. You're doing a good job, little mama. You are doing a good job. Oh, is that itchy right there? Oh, yeah. So that's impressive work. Very impressive work. Who else is not? All right, before you get plugged in, Bootsy is 138. Bootsy. There's your mommy. So when Puss in Boots is 138 up from 124. Another impressive gain. All right, and Skipper was 113 yesterday. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. What a good boy he is. Good boy. Oh. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Look at that little face. He's pretty laid back, isn't he? One little squeak. 129. Oh, so cute. 129 up from 113. Too cute. Should we do it? Should we look at his belly? Oh. Oh, so cute. I'm sorry, Mama. I make them squeak a little bit. Look at his beautiful mackerel striping. Oh, it's so cute. Oh, you know what else I need to do? It reminds me, I need to do tail measurements. Let's see. Okay. Skipper's tail. I think I need to go from underneath to the end. A skipper's tail. Hi, Mama. Where's his mama? 2 3/8 inches. I'm going to need to add a column for tail length. Let's see. I'll have to add it at the end. Or maybe I'll do another sheet. Oops. So 2.375 inches. No, don't round down. We need 2 decimal points. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Good, good. Puss in Boots. Your tail, please report to me. Oh, his tail's not as long. Oh, maybe it is. Straight. Stop wagging your tail. He's wagging his tail. It's very squirmy, his tail. I'm going to go with 2 1/8 for that one. So 2.125 inches. Tail length tells us when we have kittens with exceptionally long tails, then we can be suitably impressed with the length of their tails. Tigress. I'm always curious because like the palindromes seemed like they had extremely long tails and their mummy's tail was not long. Where are you going? This is my first attempt at measuring tails. I didn't anticipate the squirm factor. All right, we're at 2/8 there, so 2.25 for Tigress, who I should also weigh while I'm here. The Tigress. Meet the Tigress. Rawr. Look how ferocious she is. So ferocious. Just like her mommy. 133. There you go, Mama. I stole her, but I give her back. So 133 grams up from 115. That's 4.69 ounces. So I weighed all of them. So biggest is Hiccup at 4.9 ounces. Smallest is, of course, Eep at 3.3 ounces, but they're all pretty close, except Eep. They're all pretty close to each other and having great weight gain, so I'm quite pleased with that. So let's finish our tail measurements. So this is very important. It's very important. Hi, you're just a little Eep with a little tail. Oh, she's 1 3/4 inches. Adorable. 1.75. And Hiccup, let's see if I can find his tail. Oh, he's gonna have, I'll have to measure his special tail in a special way. As long as he's eating, he's happy. Oh. Oh, he's only 1.5 inches of tail. Oh, good job. Get in there, little Eepers. 1.5 for Hiccup. Oh. Oh, it's so cute. Good job, everybody. Good job being so adorable and so big. So I added a column to the spreadsheet. I mean, I added a sheet to the weight chart for tail measurements. So there you have it. So the longest tail is Skipper at 2 3/8, and the shortest is Hiccup at 1.5. So he's the biggest kitten with the shortest tail. Ah, so adorable. But Tip is doing a phenomenal job. With these kittens. She's taking excellent care of them. They're quite happy and healthy. I'm officially no longer worried about Eep because she has rocked it out. Look at her go. She's one that when you look initially, you feel like you see testicles, but I'm pretty sure that's a vagina, not a penis. But you can probably, I don't know if you can see or if you care. Sometimes they have little bumps that resemble testicles, but aren't. That's probably more information than you wanted. What else? So, the cuteness is pretty ridiculous in here. So cute. So Hiccup is this gray one here. The tiny gray non-tabby tuxie is Eep. Tigress is the tabby, well, she's a Torby, like her mommy, without the white face. And then Skipper is the brown tabby with the white face right there. And that's Skipper. And then this is, of course, Puss in Boots. Yeah, I'll measure Tip's tail at some point too. But she's pretty comfy and laying on it right now, so. And hers isn't going to grow, so I can measure that anytime. So she's a great mummy, doing a fantastic job with these babies. Her last babies ever. Just weeks away from her spay. Well, quite a few weeks. Probably 10 weeks. Hard to say. She's so sweet. So sweet. What do you do? Skipper is being ridiculously cute right now in the VIP cam. If any VIPs are watching the regular room. What's this? Pretty adorable. Pretty adorable. So I will post a few more pictures today with the names and everything of these guys. Adorable names, courtesy of the awesome DreamWorks people. What else? I reviewed the Cisco kitten situation with Dr. Ferguson when she called a few minutes ago. She concurred that if there's no weight gain when I weigh them this evening, that it would be all right to bring the teeny tiny one over here and see if he can get a little bit of a boost, and then we'll evaluate and see if he's thriving over here, he may stay over here or he may go back over there. We'll just have to play it by ear, but hopefully his weight will go up by this evening and I won't need to do anything. But it's possible that the DreamWorks kittens may have a new roommate, even tinier than Eep, although higher birth weight, but the rate she's going, she's basically gigantic now. So Cisco, if anyone doesn't know, is our feral mama cat. She just had her babies yesterday. She had 8 babies, which is a record for us here at Tiny Kittens. So I went in this morning and weighed everybody just to make sure that I didn't need to intervene. And 7 of the kittens are at nice healthy weights. One is 68 grams, which is quite little. Until Eep had been born at 62, 68 was my lowest weight, my lowest birth weight. So I definitely want to keep a close eye on him. It is likely that with 8 kittens and only 8 nipples, he may have difficulty getting latched on, and he may get outcompeted at the milk bar. So because the first few days are so critical, I just want to monitor that very carefully and make sure that he is eating enough to get strong enough so that he can compete. Where's Eep going? Eep is done. She's ready to go find her brother. All right, are you ready to be overloaded on the cute? Let's see how we can do this. Do it without having the camera fall over. No. Now I woke everybody up. Or probably it wasn't me, it's probably Tigress. And look who's still eating. Oh no, they're all done. Look at that fat belly. That's a fat belly. Like he can't even get his fat belly over Mount Mama. He's trying. Neither can Puss in Boots though. Oh, there he's getting it. So if we do end up combining, bringing little guy over here, I will discuss all of the risks and kind of the decision-making process, because it's not something that I will do lightly, but we have kind of extenuating circumstances here, and so, like, I think Hiccup has hiccups. So sleepy. Sorry, I'm trying to get the camera at an angle where I can calm down. And have some adorableness showing. That's pretty adorable. Where you going? You cannot do a snap test on a baby this young. It wouldn't show positive anyway, and getting enough blood would be difficult. Okay, so since I brought it up, I may as well go into some of the rationale. So basically, what everyone's kind of asking about is one of the things that we have to take into consideration before we expose one set of cats and kittens to another set of cats and kittens is disease risk. so risk of spreading disease from one group to the other. Things like upper respiratory, ringworm, any of the contagious cat diseases. One of those things that we routinely test for is feline leukemia and FIV, and that's done with a blood test. So typically we will test the moms, and then if the moms are negative, it's almost certain that the babies are negative. There are some very rare situations in which the babies could test positive, but it's very unlikely. So in the case of a feral cat, we can't draw blood on them on intake. The only time we can draw blood and run a test is when they are sedated for their spay. So Cisco will be tested, but not until her spay happens. She has been tested negative for ringworm, which is good. And she has not shown any symptoms of upper respiratory or anything else. And I have had her for 4 weeks, which is generally long enough that in most cases, most diseases would have produced symptoms. So like, ringworm has up to 3-week incubation period generally. Upper respiratory, if she's under stress from being trapped and her body's already stressed by being pregnant, it's likely that if she had a lot of upper respiratory virus, she would have exhibited symptoms within like 2 weeks. She's been here for 4 weeks and she's been asymptomatic, which is good. We would all be more comfortable if we could get a feline leukemia test that came back negative before we were to introduce them. However, if we look at the actual risk, because none of the colony cats we've tested so far have been positive, they've all been negative, and because feline leukemia is something that attacks the immune system and is usually triggered by stress or obviously exposure to disease, but Cisco has been very stressed by being trapped and being in captivity and being pregnant. That's enough stress that in most cases, if she was feline leukemia positive, she would have had some sort of symptoms manifest as a result. It's not a guarantee by any means, but it is reasonable to take that as a sign that it's a much lower probability that she would be positive, because no one else that we've tested so far has been positive, and because she, under stress, has remained healthy. So both of those things indicate that the risk of her being positive for feline leukemia is very low, and so therefore the risk of having a positive baby is very low. We still will test Cisco just so that we know for sure, but she's not if she was high risk and if she had upper respiratory symptoms, then we would probably come to a different conclusion. But because Cisco has been under stress and has remained healthy, and has had 8 healthy kittens, it does reduce the risk. So when we look at a kitten who is struggling and competing with 7 other kittens, and in a situation where I can't just run in and intervene if I need to, and also in a situation where I can't go in 8 times a day to do bottle feedings, I really have very few options. So if the kitten hasn't gained weight by tonight, then my options are to take the kitten out and keep him in a crate by himself and bottle feed. And of course, the downside to that is that he's not with his mom and he's not with his siblings. And, you know, regulating temperature is very important. You know, his digestive system will have to transition to formula, which is hard on them. I'll have to do his potty duties manually, which, you know, I'm not as good at it as mom is. So there are a lot of downsides to that option, even if it's just for a couple of days. I could take him and a sibling and do it that way, but again, kind of the same downsides apply, just to 2 kittens instead of 1, but at least he wouldn't be by himself. And then I could, since I have a healthy nursing mom here that has the same-ish age babies, I could stick him with her, at least until he gets stronger. I can monitor much more closely that way and make sure that he is given every chance to thrive. And so of the 3 options, because the health risk is relatively low, although it is still there, it seems like a reasonably good choice of the limited options that are available to me in this situation. So we will continue to, sorry. So I will keep you posted. The best thing, obviously, will be if I go in there tonight and he's gained weight. But with such a competitive environment there, it's that's what I'm taking pictures of right now. If it was 4 kittens, you know, I would feel like his odds were a lot better and I would be less concerned. But with 8 kittens, it's, you know, and with them being so little, it's pretty much time is of the essence. And if I wait too long, then, you know, well, anyway, I want to take action before it's too late. So that's sort of an overview of the rationale, etc. But because I just have to be very careful to explain, because I don't want people to see me combining kittens and just think that it's a good idea to do generally, because it's not. And it's not a good idea in every situation. Anywho, if you all haven't died from the adorableness on the screen right now, then I don't know what to say. It's pretty ridiculous. Let's see if we can get a better angle on that without getting in the way. Maybe I can come around the back. There, how's that? That's pretty good. Oh, little Miss Tippling, you're so cute. You're so cute, aren't you cute? So that's some serious adorableness right now. So I was talking about Cisco's kittens. I was able to go in and weigh Cisco's kittens this morning. And 7 of them are, hi, come here. trying to adjust so that you have the most extreme cuteness possible. 7 of them are at good weights. 1 of them is only 68 grams, so very tiny. And because there are 8 kittens and only 8 nipples, it's quite a competitive milk bar situation. So just discussing strategy for how to make sure that the little guy gets the nutrition and care that he needs. Oh, do you have some cleanup to do? You have a little bit of cleanup to do back there? You do. Oh, don't smushy the babies. Don't smushy them. They're so cute. They're too cute for smushies right now. You can sit in my lap though. You like lap time. Ooh. I feel that I should. Are we in focus here? It looks like it's in focus. Or is it focusing on me? The camera is very focused on the rug. I'm just going to try to get the camera to refocus. Oh, it's better. Oh, I think it's better. It's better. In here. Oh, cuteness. Cuteness. Here comes Mama. If you go to tinykittens.com, there's a link. Or if you go to tinykittens.com/help, there's a link to our Etsy store where you can buy photos to download. I haven't updated it lately, so I do have some photos I could post. Mommy's making some biscuits. Oh, she's such a good mama. Such a good mama. So cute. Oh yeah, I was meaning to do that one, but I haven't had a chance. But I will add that one, yeah. So, pretty adorable. Alright, so I'm going to put the camera back in the normal place because I know if I leave it there, it's just going to move. We'll do some more close-ups next time. You're so cute. You're so cute. Oh. So cute. Alright, everybody. I think that's it. So on the VIP cam, that's Hiccup. The gray tabby is Hiccup. And on the main cam, Hiccup's on the far left. I wish I could get focus. That's better. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. All right, I'm gonna go take care of some things. Let's refill the water and food. There's some breakfast, lunch. Okay. Good. Just that one more time. Okay, I shall do another tip date later on.